Good afternoon, children. Welcome once again for the online classes. Children, today I am going to take Economics Chapter 2. Before starting the lesson, let me give some introduction on this subject. This is the first lesson, this is the first time I am taking for you all the Economics chapter. As we all know, according to the board and the syllabus of this year and the reduced syllabus which I got it, according to that I am telling you that from this chapter, according to the syllabus, 4 chapters we have to learn and 5th no need of learning. And this subject, this 4th book of economics, it carries 20 marks. So for all the social science textbook, we are having 4 books, and the first is history, second civics, geography and economics. Compared to other 3 subjects, this economics subject is scoring subject for you all. You can score 20 out of 20 in this book. So because why, I'll tell why you will score. It is not like history and economics. It's a scoring, and it carries 20 marks, and the question and chapters are also very small chapters, but very reasonable questions. Very small questions or big questions also is asked. You can solve it very nicely. Only thing that you have to read the book, textbook very nicely, and understand the chapter nicely, the basic things what I am giving you in the videos. Please note it down nicely and understand the chapter, and you can answer all type of questions. So let me start the chapter. Sectors of Indian economy. Here, sectors of Indian economy, we will see the heading and how it is divided. On the basis of nature of economy activity. Second is on the basis of employment condition. On the basis of employment condition. Third is on the basis of ownership. So first is what? On the basis of nature of economic activities. Second is on the basis of employment condition, and third is on the basis of ownership. So on the basis of nature of economic activity is divided into 3 sectors. So first is the primary sector, second is secondary sector, and third is tertiary sector. And on the basis of employment condition, that is organized sector and unorganized sector. We will see here what comes under organized sector and what comes under unorganized sector. Then on the basis of ownership. Here when we see on the basis of ownership, we see public sector, private sector and joint sector. Now let us see in detail. Sectors on the basis of economic activities. First is primary sector. When we produce goods by exploiting natural resources, when we produce good by exploiting natural resources, it is an activity of primary sector such as agriculture, dairy farming, fishing and forestry. So this comes under agriculture. This comes under primary sector. Let us see by the picture. This is agriculture, the first one, and second is forestry, and third is mining. So this comes under primary sector. Let us see the secondary sector. Secondary sector, in this natural products are changed into other forms through manufacturing. In this natural products, what we get from the primary sector, it is changed other form through manufacturing that we associate with the industry activity. Since this sector is associated with different kinds of industry, it is also called industrial sector. So the secondary sector is also called as or known as industrial sector. So let us see what comes under secondary sector. See, manufacturing, first is manufacturing, weaving and construction. This comes under secondary sector. Tertiary sector, it helps in the development of primary sector and secondary sector. How it helps? You know, primary sector, there also some things are produced, then secondary sector, then this sector help in the development of primary and secondary sector by how they provide aids or support for the production process. For example, transport, storage, communication, banking, trade are some of the examples of this sector. So what are they? Let us see through pictures. This is transport, taking goods from one place to another. So they are doing the service. Banking, banking is also one of the support to the tertiary sector. Then comes what? Communication. Communication means talk about the business. Now let us comparing the three sectors. How we will compare these three sectors? Intermediate goods. What are intermediate goods? Intermediate goods which are sold by one firm to other for resale or for the further processing. Intermediate goods, those goods which are sold by one firm to another. One firm is sold to other either for resale or for the further processing. That is known as intermediate goods. What is final goods? Those goods which are helpful for final consumption, they are not resold. For example, in the farm, cotton is grown. Now this cotton is sent to the factory. In factories, thread is made from cotton, and from this thread, cloths are made in other factory. Here, thread is the intermediate good and cotton is the final good. Now let us see gross domestic product, GDP. You have heard about GDP. What is GDP? The market value of final goods. Final goods means here final goods and services produced within the country during 1 year. So that is known as the GDP. Historical change in sector. So let us see the historical changes in the sector. The primary sector, the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. Let us see the primary. As the method of farming changed and the agriculture sector began to process, production increases. Second point, many people could not take up their activities. It is the stage of goods produced where natural products and most people employed in this sector. So in this sector, more people are employed, means more people get job. In the secondary sector, because of new methods of manufacturing were introduced, factories came up and started expanding. Farmer began to work in the factories. This sector became the most important sector in the total production and employment. Hence, a shift has taken place. It means importance of sectors had changed. The third is tertiary sector. In past 100 years, there has been another shift from secondary to tertiary sector in the developed country. The service has become the most important in the term of total production. Most of the working people are employed in the service sector. These are observed in the developed country. So this most of the people are also employed in the service sector. This are observed in the or they are observed in the developed country. So this historical changes we have seen in the different changes in the different sector. Children, I want to tell you one more thing. This all you have to note down. I'll be giving the PDF of notes. One more video I'll be giving. We'll continue this chapter. This chapter is not completed. But before completing this, I want to tell you that I have taken print culture and gender. Print culture, that is from the history. So no need of learning that chapter, children. You can just see the video and just close it. But that is print culture and gender chapter from political science, and print is from history. I have given because I could not get the syllabus that time, and it was prepared in the month of April, so no need of learning. But from today onwards, whatever I'll be sending, that is according to the syllabus, so no need of worrying. So with this I end this chapter and this video. Thank you.